A major retirement reform could be on the cards. The government is planning EPFO 3.0, a new contributory pension system that could bring millions of formal, informal, and gig workers under one retirement safety net. The idea is simple. Workers contribute during their working years. The money is invested in government-backed securities and approved instruments. At the age of 60, the accumulated corpus, called the Target Retirement Sum or TRS, can be converted into a pension. Think of it as a retirement account that does more than just hold your savings. The proposed system could allow workers to set pension goals, track their retirement corpus, and estimate future payouts through a digital dashboard. Under EPFO 3.0, every member could get an individual pension account showing contributions, corpus growth, and progress towards retirement targets. The proposed model could also offer flexibility similar to a systematic withdrawal plan or SWP. Retirees may get the option to decide their pension payouts or adjust withdrawals based on their needs. The biggest focus is inclusion. India has nearly 55 crore workers. Around 42 crores of them are in the unorganized sector with limited or no pension coverage. The new framework aims to bring gig workers, delivery partners, drivers, platform workers, and construction workers into the retirement safety net. The scheme could allow contributions from multiple sources: workers, employers, government support for lower wage workers, gig platforms, and even third-party funds. Unlike the existing employees' pension scheme, which has wage ceiling limits and eligibility conditions, EPFO 3.0 is being designed as a broader and more flexible pension framework. However, the scheme is still under consideration. The final structure is yet to be announced. And the big question is, can EPFO 3.0 become the retirement shield for India's massive informal workforce? We have Pawan Kumar, Vice President, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh, now joining us. We also have Ashwini Rana, Finance Expert, and Professor Bijon Mishra, Consumer Affairs Expert, all joining us. Thank you, all of you, for taking time out. Let me just begin by asking Pawan Kumar a very simple, straightforward question. जी, ये जो नया EPFO जो डिज़ाइन किया जा रहा है, ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण बात है और मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली ये ज़रूरत है इंडिया के 42 करोड़ अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड वर्कर्स के लिए।
ये जो नया प्रस्ताव अभी सामने आया है, वास्तव में भारतीय मजदूर संघ ने 2014 में अपने जयपुर अधिवेशन में सोशल सिक्योरिटी फॉर ऑल इस प्रकार का प्रस्ताव पास किया था। हम लगातार उसके लिए संघर्ष भी कर रहे हैं। अभी ILO ने 193 कन्वेंशन को पारित किया है, जिसमें सारे देश दुनिया में गिग वर्कर और प्लेटफॉर्म वर्कर के लिए सोशल सिक्योरिटी स्कीम ये कंपलसरी की है। किंतु दुर्भाग्य ये है, EPFO ने अभी तक CBT में, सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ ट्रस्टीज की मीटिंग में, या EPFO की जो पेंशन कमेटी है, सब कमेटी, ऐसी किसी भी जगह पर सरकार ने डिस्कशन नहीं किया है। बिना किसी डिस्कशन के सरकार मार्केट में आ गई है सबके सामने, और उसका प्रारूप क्या होगा अभी वो कहीं भी डिस्क्लोज नहीं किया सरकार ने। वर्कर का पैसा कटेगा, कहाँ जाएगा, कैसे जाएगा, मैनेजमेंट का पैसा कौन एग्रीगेटर देगा, कौन देगा, किस फंड से आएगा, गवर्नमेंट कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन करेगी, ऐसे कई सारे क्वेश्चन अभी हमारे सामने है। जब सरकार CBT में आएगी और पेंशन कमेटी में आएगी, तब स्टेक होल्डर के साथ चर्चा करेगी, तब इसकी ज्यादा डिटेल्स के बारे में पता लगेगा। हालांकि सरकार का ये कदम भारतीय मजदूर संघ की दृष्टि में स्वागत योग्य है। सभी असंगठित क्षेत्र के मजदूरों के लिए सरकार को कोई एक पेंशन स्कीम लेकर आनी चाहिए, इसका हम स्वागत करते हैं।
Let me take this across to Professor Bijon Mishra before I bring it to the finance expert Ashwini Rana. Professor Bijon Mishra, so much talk about gig workers, so many issues. But the fact of the matter is that with the rising share of gig workers, and right now looking like job certainty becoming more and more uncertain, this is a very important move.
Yes, Krishna, I fully agree with you. We were wanting the government to do this almost 20 years back. We've done a project with the German corporation GIZ on this kind of a pilot to be done. See, our country badly needs social security, especially for the unorganized labor. There's a large percentage of people for whom the consumers actually willingly are willing to pay to ensure that they have a social security cover because they give excellent service to the consumers. And they are really working very hard to ensure that the industry survives, the consumers are happy, they are able to get value for money. So we are all very much happy with this announcement. It's a great move, but as I heard the trade union leader speaking, you see, there should be transparency, the structure should be well defined so that there is no ambiguity, there is trust in the system. And we all are willing to pay for it. And we all are willing to provide a social security to the unorganized sector, whether it's the construction business, whether it is, the gig workers, whether, all over the country today, number of people are being outsourced and taken on a kind of a temporarily contractual basis. So we need to give the social security cover as much as possible, like ESIC is getting extended to many categories of people in terms of universal health coverage. Similarly, universal pension, universal social security for the future should be thought by the government. And I think Modi 3.0 is really moving towards that. And it's a great move. But please consult all the stakeholders and ensure that there is a lot of transparency, accountability in terms of the money which will get collected, how it will be utilized, how it will be sort of used in a manner that the payer, the contributor feels secured and they feel secured about their future. And of course, as you know, all these gig workers, these small scale unorganized people who are working, the workers, they get into huge debts because they have no kind of an idea of how to do, intelligent saving, how to get the best out of their, surplus income, whatever little they are able to save. And such kind of a social security will give them a lot of mental stability. It will give them a lot of security. The family also will feel very secure. And I think business will move towards the right direction rather than, just making the consumers pay irrationally for high margins to the intermediary. We would like to give better remuneration to the wage earners, to the workers who are making things possible in an efficient and effective manner, to give convenience to us, to bring delight to our, needs. So I feel that the margins of the intermediaries should get compromised in a manner that they are able to save, they're able to bring in competition in terms of giving social security to the workers and ensure value for money to the consumers. And as I said, Krishna, we are very happy with this announcement. We want this to take place because it's been a long demand from our end to the policymakers to ensure that the people who serve us, who sort of day and night working for us, they're well secured, they're insured, they have a social security pension, they have health cover. All these amenities should be given to them, in my view, and not give all amenities and benefits only to elected representatives of our country. What I feel is taxpayers' money should also be used in this direction in a manner that government will get a good return out of these kind of contributions which are going to go into the corpus.
Yeah, Ashwini Rana, at this stage, some might say, this kind of a thing takes cash away from the hands of the workers. In increasingly uncertain times, there's an increasingly need to be able to access liquid cash. at any given stage to deal with to mitigate any kind of emergency. Do you think in this case there is that problem?
No, I don't think there may be any problem. But I want to submit that there are already 3 or 4 pension plans are there available. But government is not able to subscribe fully. We have a Atal Pension Yojana, we have a Prime Minister Shram Dhan Yojana, but we are not able to reach the maximum people. But we at least they have thought about in this code of social security that they will provide this social security to the unorganized worker. But this code came in 2020, but now we are in 26. And as per Pawan Kumar ji, they are telling that they have not any proposal. So when it will come? But we have seen that in EPFO also they have reduced the contribution of PF. They have restricted up to 1800. One side they are feeling that there should be a sufficient money in the hand of worker, and one side they are taking money from the worker to contribute in the pension. I feel that government should contribute in this scheme also. A little amount from worker and same amount from the organizers, and government should also, and they should decide that every worker should be subscribed in this scheme. Otherwise just launching a scheme is there is a no useful, because we have already NPS, we have Atal Pension, we have Pradhan Mantri Shram Yog. So when we are introducing, first of all, we should talk to the all stakeholders, means unions, organizations, FICCI and everything. So after announcing, there should not be any trouble that any organizer or employer should not be objectionable that we can contribute in this, because day by day this organized sector is increasing, and for their security it is very much required. Not only the pension, this health also, both the sectors, both the issues are to be resolved by the government. But at least they are thinking that is a good move, but it should be a systematically and properly subscribed, so everyone should reach and they should avail this pension plan.
ओके, आई वांट टू आस्क पवन कुमार जी, ये जो कह रहे हैं कि इतने सारे पेंशन के योजनाएं हैं, इन सब के बीच में इसकी क्या जरूरत?
नहीं, क्या है, बहुत सारी पेंशन योजनाएं सरकार चलाती है, ये सच है, किंतु आज भी बड़ी मात्रा में ई श्रम पोर्टल के माध्यम से सरकार ने जो डेटा कलेक्ट किया वो 30 करोड़ से ज्यादा का डेटा है, जिसके पास कोई पेंशन कवरेज सोशल सिक्योरिटी के नेट में वो नहीं है। इसलिए इस प्रकार की स्कीम की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है, ये तो ठीक बात है, किंतु फंड जुटाने के लिए सरकार को केवल गिग वर्कर प्लेटफॉर्म के वर्कर का एग्रीगेटर से फंड जुटाना ये पर्याप्त नहीं होगा। बड़ी मात्रा में सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड वर्कर भी इस फील्ड में काम करता है, उन सब के लिए जब तक गवर्नमेंट अपने पास से इस फंड में कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं करेगी, अगर ईपीएफओ की तरह, जैसे ईपीएफओ की पेंशन जिन कर्मचारियों को मिलती है, उस फंड में ईपीएफओ के पास गवर्नमेंट 1.16 यानी 1.16% कंट्रीब्यूशन करती है। इतने नॉमिनल कंट्रीब्यूशन से इस प्रकार की पेंशन स्कीम नहीं चला करती। हमारा सुझाव ये है कि सभी स्टेक होल्डर से बात करके और पर्याप्त फंड जुटाकर तब तो ये स्कीम कामयाब होगी, अन्यथा अटल पेंशन योजना की जो स्थिति बनी है, प्रधानमंत्री श्रम योगी मानधन पेंशन योजना की जो स्थिति बनी है, जननी योजना की सुरक्षा योजना की जो स्थिति बनी है, वो स्थिति इस पेंशन स्कीम की कल को बननी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि उनके लिए सरकार कोई फंड नहीं जुटा कर दे रही, हमसे ही फंड कलेक्ट करके उसी को देना चाहती है। इसलिए सरकार इसमें अगर कंट्रीब्यूशन करेगी बराबर का, जैसे मिश्रा साहब कहते हैं, बहुत जरूरी है स्कीम लाना। भारतीय मजदूर संघ तो लगातार इसके लिए मांग करता आया है। इसलिए सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को सरकार भरोसे में लेकर के और कोई ठीक प्लान के साथ स्कीम पहले स्टेक होल्डर्स को बताएगी, तब बाजार में जाने से इस स्कीम का लाभ होगा। अन्यथा एक बात जो मेरे ध्यान में आई, HDFC के साथ मिलकर के जोमेटो कोई पेंशन योजना लाना चाहता है LPH के पैटर्न पर। इसका अर्थ ये होगा, वर्कर का पैसा होगा, उसी के बदले में एन्युटी वगैरह इकट्ठा करके और कोई एक पेंशन स्कीम देंगे। उसकी बजाय जोमेटो कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन करेगा, वर्कर कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन करेगा, सरकार कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन करेगी, तब तो पेंशन स्कीम लंबे समय तक चलेगी। अन्यथा तो जो बाकी पेंशन योजनाओं का हासिल हुआ वो इसका भी हासिल होगा। इससे सरकार को बचना चाहिए। और जो सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स है बहुत सारा, बड़ी मात्रा में, उसके लिए सरकार इस फंड में क्या सोचती है। कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर का जहां तक सवाल है, तो कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर के लिए सरकार सेस इकट्ठा करती है। सरकार के पास एक पेंशन योजना है, किंतु सरकार दूसरी भी बात सोचना चाहिए। आज देश भर में ओल्ड एज पेंशन में एक बड़ा अमाउंट सरकार कंट्रीब्यूट कर रही है, तो क्या इस फंड के लिए भी सरकार ओल्ड एज पेंशन की तरह कोई बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन करने की सोचेगी क्या? अगर वो सोचेगी तब तो स्कीम अच्छे स्तर पर जाएगी। हालांकि सरकार की सोच ठीक है, इसके साथ साथ नीति और नीयत भी ठीक दिशा में आगे बढ़े, इतना ही हमारा निवेदन है।
Professor Bijon Mishra, there is no two ways of looking about it. Social security is the need of the hour. Yes, there are schemes available, as Ashwini Rana was talking about, but probably formalizing it at the source of income is the most efficient way of going about it, isn't it? Because whether people like it or not, whether people can see the value of it or not, today they will appreciate the value of the social net that they will have at the end of their working life. So, if it is a bit of a bitter pill to swallow right now, it's better to do it now than later.
Krishna, the first thing is I would recommend to the government to pass a law for this.
Okay.
That should be a mandatory requirement. There should be a law which should be brought about in consultation with all stakeholders, taken to the parliament and structured in such a manner that there is no kind of a ambiguity or deficit of trust in this scheme. You see, we need to develop a good, trustworthy scheme for retirement benefit, for pension benefit. And as you heard from our panel members, that there are a number of schemes which are there, but they are not taken off because it's not structured in the right manner. It is not self-sustainable. You have to ensure that it is done like ESIC I mentioned on healthcare. For example, it is contributory, from the employer, employee, everyone is contributing, government is contributing, and they're trying to give universal health coverage to all the organized labor who are earning less than 21,000 rupees per month. Now that's a very small kind of a section of the employed workers who are covered. Now slowly government is expanding that, including senior citizens, including a lot of other categories like self-employed people like cobblers, carpenters, electricians. They are also getting included. But the point I'm making is it has to be well structured. It has to be transparent. We all need to know where the money is going. It is not like, you're collecting education cess from all of us in all kind of transactions. And then we don't come to know what you do with that cess, whether it is going for education development or not, for which it is being taken. Like, universal service obligation fund, which everybody pays in terms of their bill, which is being raised on telecom. Now, we don't come to know what is happening to that money. Where is it going? How it is being used? How the last mile is getting covered? So what we need is transparency in all such kind of announcement. And it should be time bound. It cannot be just said that I am going to think this. No, we're going to do it in 6 months' time. Parliament is going to start. Bring it into the parliament, bring it into the discussion, give a timeline to it, make things accountable, make things transparent. So everybody who are experts on the subject,
okay,
they continue.
Fair enough. Make it into a law is the word coming in from Professor Bijon Mishra. I'm afraid completely out of time over here. I'm going to thank Professor Bijon Mishra, Ashwini Rana and Pawan Kumar for taking time out to be with us here on Unmissable.